Geelong and District Football League. We are the Raiders from all around Geelong.
And welcome back. And I said before the break, we have a very special guest on the show this morning, and none bigger than the boss himself, the president of the Geelong and District Footy League, Never Whitley OAM. Good morning, mate.
Good morning, Dick.
Nice to have you on the show again. And season's on its way. We're probably, about just nearly halfway. We're probably about a third of the way through. Any surprises at this stage, apart from Belpo still sitting on top?
No. The two top sides, Belpo still and North Geelong, seem to be setting the benchmark. But it's quite great for our league that the rest of the competition is very even, and I think that's what we require. Last week, Inverleigh pushed Grubby, and if they can just get over the line, we'll have every club winning a game, and I think that's what it's about. But there's a lot of improvement in Winchelsea, Geelong West, Anarchy, and it's good to see those clubs winning games instead of being the cellar dwellers.
A massive turnaround by your old mob, East Geelong, on Saturday, where a couple of the Beltwork lines, and of course Ricky O'Toole, the inclusion back in the side after getting cleared from that rap that he was on by the AFL and the appeals board. What happened there, mate? What was the full story about that? I mean, obviously the local tribunal have made their decision, which we respect, because that's what they're there to do, and they can only make their decisions based on the evidence put before them, and that's what they got. But they didn't. Did they cite the video down here?
I'm not sure what was shown at the hearing in Geelong, but I think that East Geelong did a lot more homework in the appeal, and they took some extra witnesses, and I think the advocate, which was Mick O'Leary, showed a bit of doubt, or a lot of doubt, that Ricky didn't kick, and I would have been very surprised to see him get rubbed out. I was surprised in the first place, but because he's not that sort of player, and I was disappointed that he got rubbed out by our tribunal, but I'm pleased that he got off, because I don't think he's that sort of player. But it's a new hearing, it's a whole new hearing, and they took a lot more evidence up and showed the video there, and showed that the player wasn't hampered in any way, and I understand that's what got him off.
It's created a lot of discussion amongst the clubs. I know that, one in particular didn't really want us to go on video because of the fact that the club might have been disadvantaged. Where do we stand, the league in itself at the moment, relative to the umpires getting the video, as distinct from perhaps an investigation?
Well, going back over the years, there was always, we had one game videoed, and the umpires had the right to view that if they felt there was a behind play incident, or an incident that someone may have got hurt, or the umpires did miss. Going back to that game, I was a little bit disappointed at the umpires. We had 3 centrals, 2 boundaries, 2 goals, and they didn't see any incident happen, and yet they were reported. The report was done by the coach of the umpires. I was a little bit disappointed in that, but we all have a role to play in getting rid of any undisciplines out on the field. My executive has the power to report, and the umpires board have a power to report on the day if they wish. But to view the video after the Saturday, I don't think they go right through the whole game. If they do, that's not what it's about. We put in the rule this year, because last year Thompson guy got off because it wasn't in the rules, and it went back in this year, and the clubs were all in favour of it. Of course, East Geelong were a bit disappointed that they got twigged with those incidents, but then the video helped Ricky win his appeal. So you can't have it one way and not the other way. So it worked in their advantage at the appeal.
It's been fantastic this year from a broadcast perspective. We've had Winchelsea featuring in a match of the day, we've had Anarchy featuring in a match of the day, we've had Geelong West featuring in a match of the day, and in general, apart from the incidents we've mentioned, the general demeanour of all clubs that we've been at has been sensational. The games have been great to watch.
Oh yes, that's good, and with the order off rule and all that sort of stuff, you're going to get incidents. That sort of football, you get in AFL, and they can't rub it out. But we, as a league, we have a code of conduct. We expect our clubs to abide by those code of conducts, from their own executive to the clubs to the players and officials. There's a code of conduct out there, and we expect them to abide by that.
Going forward a week, we've got Interleague next week. We play the North Central Football League, and they're a major league. I know Paul Price is pretty enthusiastic at the present moment about the way the boys are training. How's the league doing it?
Well, as you know, Eric, it's a one-off game, and it's a matter of how you adapt on the day. The players that we've got in the squad, and they've added a few others to it, from new players that have come into our league this year. The nucleus was made up of last year's Team of the Year, and then the new players were added to it, and they've been training very well. And as you said, Paul's quite excited about it, but you don't know what the other opposition's got, so it's a matter of how you team together on the day, and we hope that by playing it at home, that we've got an advantage, especially playing at North Geelong.
Certainly been a while since we've had one at home. It is a bit disconcerting, I guess, when you look at the squad and some of the players we've seen named. There's a few of them getting injured. We don't really need that.
No, there is a lot of injuries happened this year, and like Dick asked about East Geelong, they've got 13 contract players, and 11 of those players didn't play against Werribee Centrals, but I still think Werribee Centrals played very well on that day, and if they had some of those in, it might have been a bit closer, but I still think Werribee would have won. Yeah, the injuries, and I was going to try and do a survey on the grounds, and it does concern me that the new drought-proof grass, a lot of players are doing hamstrings in AFL football. I know they're not drought-proof grass tolerant, but our clubs do play on that, and it seems to map pretty hard together. But I understand Ballarat University is doing a study on injuries on playing surfaces, so that'll be interesting if that ever comes out, and to see what is causing the injuries.
All right, well, thanks very much, Nev. Now, great finals being out at North Geelong to make too, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would, Dick, but we're locked into St Albans for 5 years.
That's what I mentioned there. You had a reunion last weekend, was it, with the old East Geelong players?
Yeah, Eric was the only guy there out of the 53 under 18 side. But I was there from the 73. I was president of the club at 73, and the 93's premiership as well. So, yeah, it was a great day, and it's good to see some of the old faces.
And is it true you and Billy Caldo started your footy career at Stonehaven?
No, I didn't. I started East Geelong, one player, one club, mate.
One player, one club. Yeah. Did you ever play against Billy?
No, he was a bit old.
A bit old for you, was he? Oh, dear, we love having a crack at Neb anyway. Have a look at him smiling. You should see me off camera. He's going to belt the living suitcase out of me in a minute. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about all the big games on this afternoon, including the 94.7 match of the day, which is eluding me at this moment. It is the Thompson and Winchelsea clash. It'll be an absolute beauty out of the Thunderdome. Back after.
Around Geelong, I'm here to tell you how football is strong. Bounce the ball, let's get into